Please give a warm Nerd HQ welcome to Clark Gregg, Henry Simmons, and Ian the caestecker. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yep. All that, all day. Don't sit like... You just goosed yourself.
Happens at the con, stays at the con.
These gentlemen understand how this works. You understand how this works. Who has a question? Right there, first, boom, right away. Yeah, Melinda, you get him that microphone. All right.
Hello, thank you for being here.
What's your name, sir? What's your name?
My name is Miguel. I'm from San Diego. This is
Hola.
my favorite TV show. So my question is, you all have wonderful character arcs, and I wonder what you want to see your character do or experience in the next season.
My greatest dream on the show, at this moment, has come true in the first episode, spoiler alert, in that with the departure of Emo Quake, as she chases the Jesus and Mary chain on the road, that leaves the spectacular Mac with no partner. And since Coulson is no longer a man whose first name is director, but now a first name agent, I get to partner up with the spectacular Henry Simmons. Only because Ian's not available. He also has partnered up, and I think you know what I'm saying.
Henry?
And in going with that, Mo, the thing I'd like to experience is yo-yo. And you know what I mean by experience, right?
Oh, could you spell that out a little bit for us?
Ian?
I'd like to have a scene with Henry where he's just like in the gym doing press ups and I'm sitting on his back and he's just like using me as weight. He just uses me as weights. We discover that.
Just
This
putting
got
oil on my back.
oddly
I've been
sexual
thinking about it.
very fast. And I'm fine with that. Next question. Yes, right up there. You darling. Yep. You right there. Pop up. Microphone.
Hello, my name's Ayana.
Hey.
I was just wondering, which Marvel character would you guys like to chase after? Even comics or movies, whichever.
Chase after to catch? Okay. Gotta clarify, folks.
Because we're at 10 o'clock.
Oh, dear God. Oh, man.
We're at 10 o'clock now, so it can mean anything. Ian?
Me first? I don't know. I've always quite liked the idea of like meeting Iron Man just because similar-esque fields, I suppose, engineering. That's a pretty boring answer.
Henry?
I'd have to say Medusa. Ooh. Yeah, because I won't go into the details, but Medusa.
I feel you. Because it was one of my favorite comics as a teen, I would have said Daniel Rand, Iron Fist. But suddenly, there's a gigantic invisible force field barrier called corporate stuff. Unless, who knows, maybe we will develop a weapon that will break through that and get me over to Netflix for a minute. So, you would like that. I would like that. But if that barrier came down, then God knows I want to go talk to Luke Cage. After seeing that footage.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Coulter's a beast. In the absence of that, then I would just, things are getting a little cosmic. I saw that Doctor Strange trailer, which was very exciting. And I saw that Brie Larson is playing Captain Marvel, which I thought was just incredible. So I would like to see my other big favorite. I'd like to get into the mystical, magical world and go hang out with Warlock and maybe even Magus. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Next question. Yes, you, sir, in the glasses. Right there. Bada bang. Right there. Right there.
Hello there, my name's Matan. And my question is for Henry and Ian. Clark, I think you're going to back me up on this, but why do
We'll see about that.
I'm pretty sure.
I like Matan's confidence.
Thank you. But why do you guys not have Twitter? Or if you do, why is it not public for everyone?
Be honest.
You want to take that one,
honest.
Henry? You want to take that one? I don't know really. I just never. Do you know what? It's not like a big thing. It's just not for me. I tried it, and I just can't. I can't get into it. I don't know. You're not on either, though, are you?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't know. I just never, I don't know, I never got into the social media. I don't have Twitter, I don't have Facebook, I don't have Instagram, I don't have anything. I don't. Maybe I should, but if I did open up something, Instagram, would you guys? Maybe we should get one together, man. We should get one together. Hey,
Can you please do that? If only for like one day, I want you guys to have a joint Instagram account.
we
Just
should
one.
do that, man.
Just
Do you know
one
what?
day.
Do you know what? One thing that winds me up about it is like, you know, in London, like I remember being in London, you'd be waiting on the tube or something, and you see, you know, when people are by themselves, like traveling, like people are really like stone faced, they just kind of sit like that, and you always see people on their phone, and they'll be like. I just find it really embarrassing, like the behind, you know, when people take these selfies of this like amazing moment, when you actually see the reality of it, it's really sad. Yeah. Really sad and hollow.
I was on a flight from New York to LA the other day, and a guy got in, came on the plane, and I was like, okay, who's this guy? This is either a UFC champion or an NFL linebacker. I've never seen bigger arms in my life. And the guy gets in, he slides by the guy and sits down, squeezes into the whole chair, and he takes out his phone, he's like, wow, that really knocked the macho out of him real fast.
Yes, you, sir, right there. Wait for the microphone, please, right behind you.
Thanks. This is a question for Clark. Many of us here really loved you as Leonardo in Much Ado About Nothing.
Bless you, sir.
And first of all, I'd like to know, were the martinis real in that scene?
There was no fake martinis at Joss's house during the filming of Much
That's
Ado.
what we suspected.
Though some of us eventually begged for them.
Is there more Shakespeare that we'd see you in the future?
Boy, I sure would like that. That was something that happened very last minute, I think. I think somebody from Buffy fell out at the last moment. And so I was learning a lot of Shakespeare in about 40 hours. And it was so much fun. And Joss created this environment that was, you just felt, because you kind of feel like, I'm not really, a Shakespeare actor. I've done it a couple times, but I feel like it's, unless your last name's Brenna, you shouldn't even try this. And Joss just made it like, no, we're just doing this thing. Come on. 9 days, my house, a lot of drinking. Don't worry. And then it turned, because of him, it just turned into this, something I was really proud of. And I thought was a really beautiful version of that story. And there's only so many times I can kind of be like, when I see him, Shakespeare? No, I'll do another one? I hope it'll happen. It was so much fun.
Yes, right here in the white.
Hi.
Hello, Gemma.
Hello. My question, ironically, is actually for Henry and Clark. Hold up.
Don't you
Hold
know how
up.
much abuse this guy has taken from people who look like Simmons up to this point? Did you get a new alien boyfriend at the con? Is he?
No.
It was the Nerd HQ party, if anything happened.
No, I'm still looking for my fit, so, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hey, whoa! Love connection.
Whoa.
Okay, he's got a wedding ring. Sit down, sir. Sit down. Oh, this guy's got the same. You got two married Fitzes. If that isn't the con, I don't know what is.
It's not working out for me. But my question for Clark and Henry is actually, what is your favorite story about Ian, perhaps that he wouldn't want you to tell us?
Well, as you can tell, Ian is like somebody from an indigenous tribe who doesn't even like to have his picture taken because he feels like it steals his soul. So I don't really. He might be. I don't know what he would feel comfortable with me sharing here on a
By the way,
live
you
stream.
don't have to answer that question.
Henry, do you have any good Ian stories?
Boy, if looks could kill, I want to remain his friend.
I mean, there's one that's been told once or twice. Do you know the one about the prank war between he and Chloe? Well, then let's not tell it again.
Oh, you've heard it. And if you haven't, you can find it online. Next question. Yes, right back there.
Hi guys. I got to see you in Ballroom 20 and you guys played the gag reel and that was awesome. And this actually is kind of similar. Do you guys have a funny set story from this year? I was thinking about Chloe's story last year about the whole thing, so. The license plate. Yeah, kind of relevant.
Do you know all their stories?
We did one. I remember. I mean, it's really childish, but I found it like really funny. Clark one day just out of nowhere brought in a fart machine, and so we used it all morning, and it was like funny every time. In fact, it was even funnier every time we did it. Right?
Has
and
a
then,
remote and an emitter.
Yeah, it has a remote, so we stuck under a chair. Right? So we planned it. We planned it like very seriously, like military style. We were like, right, we had to read through like a conference meeting. So we went, and all the cast were going to be there, and we decided we're going to put it under Chloe's chair. And we're going to set it off, and she was in on it. And so we did, like, halfway through the thing, like, we get in, or, like, a few pages in, and Clark just sets it off. And it's, like, just this huge... and Chloe just goes with it and goes, I'm so sorry. And everyone, like, doesn't really know what to do. It's really childish, but I found it very funny.
It wasn't really a prank, and it wasn't on set, but last night at the EW party, Chloe and Elizabeth were together after, having fun for a bit. And Chloe said to Elizabeth, oh, look, there's churros. And Elizabeth turned and went, where? And stepped right into the pool.
True story. She's gonna kill him. How could you give that up? Oh.
Elizabeth being Elizabeth as well, I'm sure she got out and went, I'm sorry.
She thought she hurt the pool. And Jed and Marissa were holding her knapsack and her upside down, and water was draining out like a cartoon. And then her phone came out and it had weird images on it, like of fish swimming by. I might have embellished.
I walked up to them like 2 minutes afterwards, and Jed, our executive producer, he's like, whoa, be careful. I'm like, what the? It looked like someone pulled a seal out of the... I was like, what is all this? And I look over, and Elizabeth is just shivering, drenched from head to toe in this beautiful...
Yeah, and Chloe was right next to her, bent over, just laughing hysterically. No sympathy whatsoever.
Next.
Hey, there was churros with chocolate sauce.
She never got that churro, though. She
never got one.
Let's go right there. Yes.
Hi there. My name's Joey, and I am asking a question for my kids. They're 3 boys. We like to watch the show together.
We don't take questions from kids.
It's for Ian. Actually, they named our dog Simmons. So, yeah, they kind of... And they were wondering if you guys had any pets, and if you had any fun stories about their names or anything like that.
I don't have any. Do you know what? Chloe and Elizabeth both have dogs. Chloe now has 2 dogs. Elizabeth has 1 dog. And somewhere in like season 1 or something, because I spend so much time with her dogs, someone started calling me the dog whisperer. It's like it's my greatest thing. Chloe's got a dog called Arthur, which just is like a living teddy bear. And then this other one called Wally, who's the stupidest, fattest dog in the world. So dumb and fat. Hey!
Don't sugarcoat it. How do you really feel?
No, I know.
Come on, Wally
He's a
might
really
be
nice
online
dog.
right now.
He is dumb though, isn't he? I literally walks in.
You're not
and
wrong.
Stuff like that. And then Maggie, Elizabeth's dog, is just like Elizabeth. Just like really nice and just like really polite. Doesn't want to make a fuss. Yeah. What kind of dogs are your ones?
A Vizsla? Oh, a Hungarian Vizsla. Oh, I see.
Wow, those are
I was still
especially
on the
hard to get.
Irish.
Yeah, I had a Mexican Vizsla.
Yeah.
So
They are
awesome.
feisty. Henry, do you have any pets?
I got a 4-year-old kid, no.
All right. Clark.
I have 2 dogs, a very large Labradoodle named Dorothy, who's the smartest creature who lives at my house, and a very small dog that we don't know what it is, who named BB, because my daughter got to name her when she was 4, and she said, its name's Baby Bear, and we were like, no, we're not going to call it that. So it became BB.
Right down here. Hey, bud.
Hi, my name is Landon, and did anyone have a really hard time memorizing the acronym for S.H.I.E.L.D?
They still don't know it.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea what it is.
You mean the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division? I mean, 8 years if I don't know it by now. Thank you, Landon. Good question.
Right. Oh, all right. Well, since you have somebody pointing at you, that always helps.
Hey guys.
Antoinette Stark.
Yes. An Ironette dancer. Come on, Iron Man 2.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Okay. So the story arc of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has kind of veered throughout the seasons. I was just wondering, do you prefer exploring the S.H.I.E.L.D. aspect of it or the Inhumans aspect of it?
Ian.
I enjoy the Inhuman side of it. I think it's like really cool, and it doesn't. Obviously, everyone gets affected by it, but like with all that kind of stuff, with like the fighting scenes, and Chloe does a lot of all the Inhuman powers. Like it looks cool, but I don't have. It's a lot of hard work, but for me, it's not. I don't have any powers. I just sit in the lab and like talk about it. So I enjoy it.
Okay.
While I'm getting my butt kicked. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Have you noticed how many times I got knocked out last year?
Biggest dude on the show.
And let me tell you something. The fight that I had with Luke towards the end of the, Luke Mitchell, I was supposed to get knocked out again. And I said to the exec, I was like, no, man, enough of that. I'm gonna look like I'm like, mentally messed up or something after a while. It's like, come on.
But if I'm remembering correctly, on the Blue Planet, didn't you shoot Elizabeth's lover, Simmons' lover, with several bullets, a flare gun, and then burned him to death? You get a little action.
Oh, yeah, when it comes.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, when. Yeah, when there's another guy in the mix, yeah, like.
That's my Fitz. People don't know how gangster Fitz is.
Clark?
I think it's all S.H.I.E.L.D. I was part of a S.H.I.E.L.D. that was just starting to introduce itself to people in Iron Man 1, and then had an unfortunate experience in the Avengers. And but then, see, what's one of the things I love about the show is that S.H.I.E.L.D. and the world of Marvel continues to evolve and have new elements, and S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of got destroyed at the end of season 1. They had us in for a screening of Winter Soldier, and we were like, well, what are we going to call the show now? And so I love that we're able to kind of veer into different areas of the comics that are more topical, like Inhumans, and now kind of some more magical stuff with Robbie Reyes and Ghost Rider.
Woo! Green shirt right there.
Hi, I'm Jenna. Ian, you're my favorite, and since you're not on Twitter, I have to tell you that in person. And like when you went into the monolith and you were banging on it, and like it made me cry. So I love you. My question is, since we don't get a lot of backstory on your characters, do you guys have any like headcanons, backstories that you made up that you thought, that you helped to form your character?
Fitz is my son. Henry's my brother. Do you?
Brother with an A at the end, right? Brother.
Both.
I've come up with we were saying yesterday, I like the idea that like Fitz keeps a photo of Mac in his wallet. Just like pulls it out sometimes, just looks at it. So. I like things like that, just little bits like that.
Henry, anything?
I created a backstory for myself, and then last year I found out I had parents and a brother and all that was when my original backstory, they were dead. And then they pull me into the office. They're like, okay, we're gonna do this episode, and you have parents. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, okay. So you just gotta roll with it. You know, now I'm just open to anything.
Clark?
Me too. I mean, you could cook up whatever you want, but then they go, oh no, you're dead. And then you go, oh, okay. And then, actually, no, you're not. You weren't dead. You think you were dead, but actually, there's alien technology brought you back. And I was like, that was in my backstory. You know, you get a script, you go, oh, I'm from Wisconsin. Who knew?
Let's go back corner up there.
Hi, wave up there. My name's Amy. I just want to ask you, what is your favorite aspect of your character and your least favorite aspect of your character?
Ooh.
Ian?
Favorite part about him is he's very smart, much smarter than I am, which is good. And there's nothing I don't like about him. No, there's I suppose sometimes, well, he's got better at it, but a lot of kind of a big theme with Fitz and maybe Simmons a little bit was, you know, they didn't really have a lot of confidence in themselves. I mean, maybe I think he has confidence in his intelligence, you know, and what he's good at. But I think in terms of going out in the field and stuff like that. But that's something that's been getting better. He's been working on, I think. That was a really serious answer.
Yeah. Get deep, baby.
Deep, yeah.
Henry?
The thing I like about Mac is that he's very loyal. You know, sometimes.
Not to Coulson.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that.
It's getting more so.
But loyal, I really love that. The one thing I don't like about Mac is that he gets knocked out too many times.
But I mean, mostly by people with powers. Let's keep it real.
Still.
It's true. See, I like that.
Thank you.
It's only because you're the toughest and the coolest. He's gonna get knocked out soon. Watch.
Clark?
I guess what I love about Phil Coulson is he's a survivor. He survived the Battle of New York. I love that he's a problem solver, that he's not the smartest or the toughest, but he's just not gonna give up, and he's gonna find a way to work the problem and take care of his people. I love how much he cares about the family. It's been at times a very dark journey. I tragically lost a girlfriend in the spectacular Constance Zimmer this year, and it was a very sad, dark, painful journey for a while. And sometimes I wish I'd like to help Coulson heal his heart through the beautiful art of his talent, which is snark. I'd like to see him get a little bit of his wise-ass sense of humor back, which hopefully in the field, being an agent, having to follow orders from the new director. I don't know who it is. Maybe that'll happen.
Let's go. Oh, right here.
Yes.
Hi there. I had a question. So, well, of course I have a question. Sorry.
Thank you for catching yourself.
Okay, good.
So currently the MCU doesn't really acknowledge Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, which is kind of terrible. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D acknowledges a lot of events that happen in the MCU. How do you think when we get back to the next season, they're going to be dealing with the events that unfolded in Civil War? Because that's kind of huge. You don't get to just kick that under the carpet, you know?
We've already had a lot of. It's a good question. We've already had a lot of stuff about the Sokovia Accords. It kind of goes back and forth. We have the same president. We've had characters cross over. I feel what you're saying. I'm just going to pause on that for a moment.
That's also kind of a bigger, like, that's Marvel and everybody. Like,
well, it goes to the heart of what it meant to try to be the first one through the door doing Marvel television, which is everybody kind of wanted to see Tony Stark come in and do a guest star. And I don't think that was ever going to work as a show. And I think what works about the show is that I went from hearing that all the time, like, when's Tony coming, to the end of season 1, going into season 2, people going, oh, is Fitz okay? What's going to happen with Fitzsimmons? And I thought, okay, good. Because I always thought the reason they made a show is because Coulson got killed off and people actually cared. It seemed like because he represents something that's sometimes missing in the superhero world, except perhaps in the iteration of Alfred. You know, like the real people, normal people, very killable people. Although in my case, apparently, not so much. Who are there serving because they believe in this idea of protecting people and keeping those secrets. And I love that idea, and I feel like they've found really amazing characters from Skye, Daisy, Quake, Fitzsimmons, May, you know, a kind of beat-up PTSD warrior, and now Mac, and the people we've lost, you know. So many people, including us, are so heartbroken to have lost Brett Dalton because of the incredible work that he did. And Luke Mitchell, and Bobby and Hunter, you know, just... I love that our show gets to introduce stuff and be its own part of the world, like The Winter Soldier happens, and we get to really go into, for 8-10 hours, what that level of betrayal means. And at some point, I hope it all, I still think it's one big story. I don't like that when there's just gratuitous crossover. At some point, I think it'll start to cross more. And now that we're at 10 o'clock, we're moving in a darker direction, which makes us fit a little bit better with the other properties. So there's going to be lots of crossovers this year with Netflix. I'm in trouble now.
Yeah. Let's go right back there. You, but it's being pointed at by Iron Man, yeah, or Iron Lady, Iron Maiden.
Iron Person.
I can't steal that from you.
He's got one in his pocket.
Keep it. Yes, darling, absolutely. What's your question?
Hi, thank you for the shirt, by the way.
You're welcome.
So this question is technically for everybody, including Zach. So for you guys,
nice.
If Zach was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who would he be?
Which is discussed on a regular basis.
And if you were on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who would you want to be? And then are you doing Smiles for Smiles?
Oh, they're not doing Smiles for Smiles. They have a heart out, but they were really gracious.
That sounds horrible. Sounds painful.
They were really
and
gracious to give us
inappropriate.
the time that they have. To be perfectly honest, I don't know. I've actually thought about this quite a bit because people were asking me, or on Twitter and on the things. They're
Could
like,
it be
"Oh,
Chuck?
What? Could it be Chuck? I know.
That would be so cool to fold that into the canon.
You know what? I'm gonna go with that. I think actually, even just for one episode to come back, like even just like an Easter egg in the back, like you see Bartowski just walking around, looking around. You're like, who's this guy?
Yeah. And then he walks into his room and he comes out and he's Fandral.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Blah.
Mike Bartowski was Fandral. This is absolutely what should happen at a Nerdist panel. Just rewriting canon.
We only have time. I'm gonna spare you guys trying to figure out who I'm gonna be on your show because I'm gonna work on that. Don't worry. But we only have time for one more question, so I wanna get to that. And what? Oh, you, sir.
Hi, I'm
Are you related to Landon?
Yeah. How do you know?
It's just a guess. That's why I'm the director of. Oh, I'm not anymore.
So I wanted to
That's
know,
gonna take a while.
is the shotgun axe coming back?
Do it low. Say it low.
It cannot collect dust, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Sometimes you just need to chop a dude and then shoot him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Clark and Henry and Ian. Keep it going for these boys. Keep it going for these boys. Keep it going for these guys. Keep it going for these guys. Excellent question. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Was that fun? Fantastic. You guys having a good time this weekend at Nerd HQ? Fantastic. I love you. God bless you. I'll see you a little bit later. Bye.
All righty, everyone, just go ahead and remain.